What's up, Culture Drop? Galen here. This video is about authority and power and the use of those two things as a leader. I've been thinking about this lately, and this thought flew into my brain. I was like, this is great for Culture Drop. In terms of the way that I think leadership should be done, and more effective leadership is not based on power and authority and like being drunk and high on like having power over other people and authority and being like this like King Kong sort of dictator. That to me is not effective and not great leadership. But there is a place for having authority. Here's what I want to talk about. The only good use of power and authority as a leader is to hold people accountable. That is when it is appropriate and like a good use of having authority over somebody else, because as a leader inside an organization, you are solely responsible for and the only person, because of sort of like power dynamics that exist, that can go to somebody who is underperforming or who is exhibiting toxic, bad behavior and not a good fit for the team, and have those coaching conversations with them, right? To be like, hey, this is what I'm seeing from you. If this doesn't change, like your job is at stake, or we need to correct this. And it doesn't have to be the most severe, like your job is at stake, right? It doesn't have to be that the stakes are high enough to lose your job. It's just like you have the ability to coach people and bring them up into greatness. That is an appropriate and like positive use of sort of like your power and authority as a leader, is to be like, hey, I'm seeing this from you and it needs to be here instead. How can I support you? Still coming from a place of service, right? How can I support you? How can I get you to where you need to be? Like, what do you need from me to like help you level up or get to this place? But in terms of actually using authority over somebody else, like it's not about like, I denied time off because I'm like more powerful than you. Like people that are drunk and high off of that kind of power do not belong in leadership positions. There are lots and lots of them. That's why I will always have a job. But for this conversation, for the context of this, I think it is important to say, hey, as a leader, like I can make the choice that like this person is not a good fit for the team. Their behavior is poor. Their performance is poor. They need to go, right? To make the choice to like either put that person on a performance improvement kind of thing, or have the conversation with them to say, hey, if this doesn't turn around, like you will lose your job as a result of this, and let people know. Like that to me is a positive, productive use of authority. And it's also in service of your other employees. I've said that before when it comes to accountability, is I'm saying for the other people on this team, you're not pulling your weight, or your behavior is not positive, and the impact on the rest of this team. And like that is my responsibility, and like my use of authority on this team is to say, hey, I need to see this from you. That is also positive, productive. It's positive for culture. It's not about being more important and more powerful than other people. It's about like, hey, I'm holding you accountable for the success of this team, this organization, your co-workers who I am responsible for having a positive experience here. So cool. I think yes, authority and power has a place. That's its place. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Subscribe to our channel. We put a lot of content on here. You can also subscribe to the Culture Drop mailing list and get these emails in your inbox every Tuesday morning. Follow our social media channels. Put a lot of free content out about just being more awesome and building great teams.